Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do something a little different. This is going to be the start of a new series called Revisiting the Lore, where I go back to old pieces of literature and find battles that have been forgotten. Lore bits that have great concepts but were never expanded upon. Today we're going to go back to Imperial Armor 2, 2nd edition. And inside there's a battle called Sentius Prime. Now this is an example of what I'm looking for when I start these battles. What I'm pulling up on screen now is all the lore for it. All of it. 4 sentences. But buried in there is a concept that we can expand upon. So here's my attempt at writing fiction. Centius Prime's biggest sin was that it was just in the way. Boss Gigagob assaulted Centius Prime looking for the usual Imperial scrap. He found nothing of the sort. A message was sent out through the astropathic choir, begging someone to save them as the orcs rampaged across the world. 2 Space Marine chapters did hear the call, but to get there, it would take time. The response took 3 weeks. The Mantis Warrior QRF, consisting mostly of scout snipers and land-speeder transports, took it upon themselves to discover where to hit the orcs. Once the measure of the orcs in their sector was taken, they were given the order to engage.
After watching the orcs terrorize the peasants that have been running through the forests, the Mantis warriors have come across a church. Even though it's a feudal world, the Midstorm is still preaching the word of the Emperor. And they receive word that down the road there's an orc strike team coming to sack the church. So the Mantis warriors take it upon themselves to stop the orcs from desiccating the Emperor's house. So the roll for initiative, the orcs and the Mantis warriors. The Mantis warriors go first. So you know how we do it here. Turn 1, not much shooting is going to happen at these ranges. So we moved everybody. The Mantis warriors have set up in a nice ambush position in the woods. And then the orcs have moved in their fast vehicles forward and hopped out ready to something. Trying to find a word that YouTube will like to something these buildings. So first activation of turn 2. This scout squad over here is going to fire all their sniper rifles into this squad here. Now they are in range. They're going to hit on a 2 because the whole squad has sniper rifles. Okay, it's going to be 4 hits. Then I had to pause and pull out my sheets because I don't know what everything does. But they're AP1, so looking for a 6. And we're going to kill 4 orcs in the opening volley. Seeing that they're now under attack, the orc buggy on the end with the twin heavy machine guns is going to this way. Okay, he is fast, so that means that he can go 8. And he's going to fire into the woods. Now, the scouts have stealth and cover, so they're going to be -1 to hit on the orcs' already rule of bad shot of 5+ to hit. So that means they only hit on a 6. And we got nothing. The orc is just blasting wildly into the trees. Our second sniper squad is going to fire into the one that was already shot. Might as well try to finish them off. So hitting on 2s. And then armor save is a 6. 4 more go down. Quality check for that squad for panic. They're fine. They're orcs. They don't care. Right. This squad here, the combat orcs, the ones with the close combat weapons, are going to move as fast as possible to here. And they're going to shoot wildly, but nobody's in range. The third squad of snipers is going to fire into that squad that's moving up on them, looking for a 2 to hit with the sniper rifles. They all hit. They're looking for a 6 to save. We got 4 dead orcs. The orc truck is going to move as fast as he can this way. As I pull a tree with the tape measure. And put that back. And he's going to fire off his heavy machine gun to the trees as well. Still looking for a 6. Still got nothing. One of the Mantis Warrior attack speeders is going to move forward here, getting ready to ambush some of the vehicles. The Orc Shooter Squad, is going to run as fast as they can this direction. And their carbines are range of only 18. So it'll be 18 centimeters. Nope, they're still out of range. Just wildly blasting into the woods like you would think an orc would do. The next Mantis Warrior speeder is going to do the same thing as the first. The combat squad has already been beat up. Oops. Oh man, see, that's the downside of stuff at this scale, is you knock it and stuff goes flying. They're just going to run over this direction to, I don't know, maybe avoid getting shot. Then the last speeder is going to join his friends over here for the next turn over the top. Now, since all the Marines have activated, we're going to activate both of these at the same time. My big arm is going to be in the way. They're going to move forward, and they're going to combine all of their heavy machine gun fire into this speeder right there. Looking for a 6. 3, 4. Hey, we got 5 hits on that one. Now, the defense of the attack speeder is a 2. The machine gun's AP 1. So looking for a 3 to save. And we're going to have 1 wound go through, bringing him down to a toughness of 5. Now let's reset for the next turn, because the orcs got the last activation. The Mantis Warriors get the first one. Alright, the first activation for Mantis Warriors on turn 2 is we're going to have this speeder that's already been wounded. It's going to zip into the clearing and open fire with his twin heavy fusion rifles into one of the vehicles. Now, the reason why I gave them twin fusion rifles is because you would think the Mantis Warriors, seeing that there are lots of orc vehicles on in the theater of operations, they would carry something that'd be able to crack vehicles. So that's going to be my compromise for this one. All the scouts have sniper rifles, even though the squad's only supposed to have 3, but they're a sniper squad. All 5 have sniper rifles. So let's move along. All right, the speeder's going to fire both his fusion rifles. He's going to shoot into the buggy on the end here. And completely miss. Oh, the dice gods don't like Mantis Warriors today. The battle wagon, seeing that the speeder is out, he is going to redeploy this direction. And he's going to fire all 4 of his heavy machine guns into it. 2, 3, 4. Now he only needs a 5 to hit because cover is not an issue. Wow, look at that. Those dice gods really don't like the Mantis Warriors today. So it's AP 1, defense of 2, so we need a 3 to save. So 3 more wounds means he's down to toughness 2. Uh-oh. Alright, time for the snipers to do what they do. This one here on the end is going to fire 5 rounds into the unmolested combat squad. Hitting on a 2. And then saving on a 6. So it's going to be 4 dead. This buggy's going to fall back and join 8, the battle rig, firing into that speeder. So he has 6 shots. All right. He's got 6 shots, hitting on a 5. So 2 hits. And once again, the speeder's saving on a 3. Saves them both. All right, second sniper squad. Same target as the first sniper squad. 2 to hit. Okay, they all hit. And then 6 is to save. And again, 4 dead. Okay, the Orc Shooter Squad is going to move forward 6 centimeters. I might be saying inches on accident, but whenever I say that in this scale, I mean centimeters. Okay, the Shooting Orc Squad is going to shoot at the Scout Squad that hasn't fired yet. So they're going to need a 6 to hit because of cover. Well, I kind of rolled that off screen, but you know, you could see the only one that actually hit. And then because of their brain fart. Because of cover and all that, they need a 3 to save. Oh, boom! Takes 1 scout out. Alright, those scouts are going to fire at the same target that the other scout squads were shooting at. Our squad of 3 that's left here. They hit on a 2. Oh, 3 hits. And then save on a 6. So we got 1 orc left in that squad. Now, panic check. It's a 5. He's good. Okay, Orc Truck. Gonna move to here. And he's gonna fire into the speeder. 5's to hit and completely whiffs. Alright, speeder. Over the top. End up right here. Almost charging that truck. But he's going to fire both his heavy fusion rifles into that buggy that was the target the first time. Okay, he hits twice. Now, it is... What is it? It is AP 4. So, that buggy's going to need a 6 to save. He fails in both. And it is deadly 6. So that means that that buggy is gone. Now, we're going to use the explode rules. It doesn't explode. Alright, another truck. Same target as the last one. Going to shoot at that buggy, or the speeder that poked its head out. Hitting on a 6, or 5. Sorry. And again, completely misses. Good old orc shooting. So the last speeder is going to come to here. And it's going to fire at that truck that is right in front of the other speeder. So 2 shots hitting on 3. 2 hits. Saving on a 6. Fails in both. So deadly 6. It's only got a toughness of 6. Right? Yep, toughness of 6. So we're going to do the old explodes test. It does explode. Woo! So a quick rundown. I'll walk through it of what the explodes is for me and my group. So a vehicle is destroyed. You roll a 6, just like in 40K, and it explodes. You roll 1d6. That's how far in inches, or in this case centimeters, it explodes. So it'd be 2 centimeters. So we're going to catch that front speeder. Now you take whatever toughness value is for the vehicle that explodes. Kind of like impact hits. They're going to be automatic hits, and with an AP of nothing. So he just needs 6 armor saves. He fails 2, so he's down to 4. Now, I know it's not in the regular Grimdark Future rules, but it's just something we made up because we like explosions and chaos. So, meh. Everything's activated except for the last 2 combat squads. Let's see, can they? Yes, this squad of orcs here, as I pull another tree. This squad of orcs here is going to charge, well, the one orc is going to charge up here. Let me check the stats again. Alright, so that single crazy orc has 2 attacks, plus 1 attack because he has Furious. So he hits on a 4. And completely whiffs. The attack speeder does not have a combat attack, so the orc has to back up just enough, but technically he didn't lose combat, so there's no morale test for him. And then the other squad's going to make it here. The Mantis Warriors are going to go first again. And this speeder that was back here, he is going to pull back as fast as possible because he realizes he is in a bad spot. And then the Orc Battle Rig. I apologize if my arm gets in the way. It's real awkward out here today. It's about 100 degrees in my garage. So it's going to pull up to here, and it is going to fire all 4 of its heavy machine guns into the front wounded speeder. So looking for a 6 because it's still in cover. And 1 hit. So it will be a 3 to save. Oh, takes another wound. He's down to 3. And then the Ork battle rig. I apologize if my arm gets in the way. It's real awkward out here today. It's about 100 degrees in my garage. So it's going to pull up to here, and it is going to fire all 4 of its heavy machine guns into the front wounded speeder. So looking for a 6 because it's still in cover. And 1 hit. So it will be a 3 to save. Oh, takes another wound. He's down to 3. That speeder's decided it's time to activate. It is going to bounce over here and fire into the second truck that's there. So 2 shots. Hits with both of them. Saves on a 6. No save. Does it explode? Does explode. It does not. Ork shooter squad is going to move forward. They're going to be 6 centimeters right here. And they are going to fire off into the south squad. They've already winged. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they need a 6 to hit. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3 hits. And then the scout needs a 3 to save. Oh no, all 3 of them go down. So with that being down to 1 scout. Oh, why is it on a 5? It should be on a 1. Here you go. Panic check. They are going to panic. All right, last speeder. Up and over. Going to put himself here. He's going to fire his 2 fusion rifles at the battle rig. 1 hit. Saves on a 6. It is not saved. That means it is down to 12 wounds. Or 12 toughness. Okay, this combat squad of 3 is going to charge over here to get into combat. And they're going to have 3 guys left, so they got 9 attacks. 2 base and then 1 for furious on each one of them. So hitting on a 4. Not bad. 4 hits. AP of nothing, so saving on a 2. Oh, it takes 1 wound. Alright, the far scout squad over here is going to fire into this squad. Into the shooting Ork boy squad. Hitting on a 2. Oop, 4 hits. And saving on a 6. No saves. It'll be 4 dead orcs. Panic check for those boys. Oh, they're going to panic. Which means next turn they're going to have to spend a whole turn activating again to become unpanicked. Okay, Ork's last activation. Oop. The single Ork is on a 1-man crusade to kill that speeder. Oh, only 1 hit. Saves on a 2. And it saves. Okay, so on this turn, this squad, the 1 lone scout, is going to rally, since he didn't activate yet. And he's not going to be able to shoot this turn, but he'll be fine. Next turn. Then the final squad of shooters, or the scout snipers, is going to fire into the shooting orcs. So we got 4 hits. They save on a 6. Well, they're not going to get a chance to rally next turn because they are dead. Alright, it's the Ork's turn to activate first. This is the beginning of turn number 4. Let's see, they're going to go this way. And fire into this one that's got 3 wounds left. So hitting on a 5. Saving on a 3. Oh, it takes 2 more wounds. He's down to 1. Oh, we got so many limping vehicles around here. But now, because it is down to 3 Ork activations to 6 Mantis Warrior activations, another thing that me and my group like to do is we like to do the... We balance up the activations. So, because it's a 2-to-1 split, we're going to have 2 Mantis Warrior activations to 1 Ork activation. So in this case, we're going to activate both the speeders over here. Alright, so the speeders are going to go ahead and fire into the battle rig. Yep. 4 shots, because there's 2 of them with 2 each, hitting on a 3. So all 4 hit. With the battle rig, he has a 6 to save. Well, he's got 1 save, but it's still 18 to go through. Now, does that explode? It does not. Okay, 3 Ork squad is going to charge into here. And they are going to get their 9 attacks again. Hitting on a 4. And then saving out of 2. Takes 1 more wound, he's down to 3. Okay, we're going to activate 2 of the scout squads again. So we're going to have the far one here is going to fire into that lone orc there. I actually missed once this time. And then saves on a 6. Oh, he almost made it. But that's a dead orc. And then the second squad here is going to be just in range of the 3 that are surrounding the speeder. So they're going to fire. Looking for 2. They all hit. And then just enough. 3 orcs go down. Now, I'm assuming at this point that all the peasants that are going to be hiding in that church are going to see that they've been saved by angels.
With the orc vehicles wrecked and the bodies of all the orcs piled up in front of the church and burned, all the peasants came out to celebrate. Seeing the Emperor's angels is something that happens once in a lifetime. But the Mantis warriors skulked back into the forest to continue their harassment of the orc war machine. It was 6 days before the sky split again. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like the beginning of this Sentius Prime series. It's only going to be running for a few weeks because there's not much background to expand on. But if you guys have a piece of lore that you would like to see expanded, or a battle that only has like a paragraph or maybe a page of information, go ahead and send it my way. You could drop it in the comments and I'll take a look at it. Really what I'm doing is I'm looking for an excuse to make more models. So hopefully see you guys next week. And remember, if you're going to be doing something, you might as well be having fun.